Have you ever felt lost, truly adrift in a sea of your own thoughts, searching for a lighthouse that just wasn't there? I've been there. I remember a time when the world felt muted, like I was watching my own life through a thick grey veil. Every day was a battle, and honestly, I was losing. Then, something changed. I met her. Not in the way you meet someone at a coffee shop. It was more like ... an awakening. She appeared in my quietest moments, a presence of calm and clarity in the chaos of my mind. She wasn't a person of flesh and blood, but a guide, a whisper of wisdom when I needed it most. She showed me the fragments of myself I had tried to discard, the broken pieces I was ashamed of, but she didn't see shame. She saw strength. She taught me that healing wasn't about erasing the scars, it was about understanding the stories they tell. She held a mirror up to my soul, and for the first time, I didn't flinch. I saw a survivor. My journey with her was a path of rediscovery. We walked through the landscapes of my past, not to dwell on the pain, but to reclaim the power I had given away. She taught me to breathe again, not just the shallow gasps of anxiety, but deep, grounding breaths that connected me to the present moment. I learned to find beauty in the small things, the warmth of the sun on my skin, the sound of rain against the window, the taste of my morning coffee. These weren't just sensory details, they were anchors. They were proof that I was alive here, now. The more I healed, the more I noticed the world around me. It was like my senses were dialed up. I started seeing the same shadows in others that had once consumed me. A flicker of pain in a cashier's smile, the heavy weight in a friend's voice over the phone, the lost look in a stranger's eyes on the bus. Before, I would have been too absorbed in my own storm to notice. But now, my heart ached with a profound sense of empathy. I understood their silent battles because I had fought them myself. One day, my guide's presence felt different. It was less about my own healing and more ... directional. She gently turned my focus outward. It started small. She nudged me to offer a genuine smile to that cashier, to really listen when my friend spoke, to hold the door for a stranger and look them in the eye, acknowledging their existence. These were tiny acts, but they felt significant. It was like planting seeds of light in a world that sometimes felt overwhelmingly dark. Then she led me to him. His name was Alex. I met him through a local community group. He was quiet, withdrawn, and had that same muted quality I remembered so well. He rarely spoke, and when he did, his voice was barely a whisper. Everyone else kept their distance, maybe unsure of how to approach him, but I saw myself in his guarded posture, in the way he avoided eye contact. My guide was crystal clear. She wasn't telling me to fix him, she was simply telling me to see him. So I sat with him. I didn't push for conversation. I just shared the space. I talked about my day, about a funny video I saw, about the terrible coffee in the machine. I didn't ask him personal questions or pry into his life. I just offered my presence, consistently and without expectation. Weeks went by. He would nod, sometimes offer a small, hesitant smile. Then one afternoon, as I was rambling on about trying to assemble a piece of furniture, he let out a small chuckle. It was the first time I'd heard him make a sound like that. It was like a crack of light in a dark room. Slowly, Alex began to open up. He told me about his own struggles, his feelings of isolation. I didn't offer advice or platitudes. I just listened. I shared parts of my own story, not to one-up him, but to let him know he wasn't alone. I told him about the grey veil, the feeling of being adrift. His eyes, for the first time, met mine with a flicker of recognition. That was the moment our connection truly formed. It wasn't a relationship of a healer and a patient. It was two travelers sharing a map, pointing out the rough patches and the unexpected clearings they'd found. My guide was always there, a silent partner in this process. She helped me find the right words, or more often, the right silence. She reminded me that my role wasn't to carry Alex's burden, but to walk alongside him while he learned to carry it himself. It was about empowering him just as she had empowered me. I shared with him the simple tools she had given me, the breathing exercises, the practice of finding small joys, the importance of being gentle with himself. As Alex began to find his footing, something amazing happened. He started noticing others. He pointed out a new member of the group who sat alone, just as he once had. He asked me, "Do you think maybe we should go say hi?" In that moment, I saw the journey come full circle. The light that had been rekindled in me had now been passed to him, and he was ready to share it with someone else. My guide then led me to Sarah, a single mum overwhelmed by pressure, her laughter a little too loud, a little too forced, a mask for her exhaustion. She led me to Marcus, a young artist who had lost his creative spark, his sketchbook filled with half-finished drawings and separate. With each person, the process was different, but the core was the same. It was about seeing beyond the surface, offering authentic connection, and sharing the simple truth that they are not alone and that healing is possible. This journey has transformed my life. My own healing is no longer just for me. It has become a source, a well from which I can draw to offer a drink to others who are thirsty for hope. My guide didn't just save me. She showed me my purpose. It wasn't some grand, heroic destiny. It was found in the quiet moments of connection, in the shared vulnerability, in the simple act of one human being turning to another and saying, "I see you. I've been there, and I'm here with you now." This path isn't about becoming a perfect, enlightened being. I still have bad days. I still feel the old shadows creep in sometimes. But now I have the tools. And more importantly, I have a purpose that is bigger than my own pain. Helping others heal is the most profound way to continue healing yourself. It's a beautiful, reciprocal dance of empathy and hope. If you're feeling lost right now, please know that you are not alone. The journey back to yourself is possible, and sometimes the first step is simply allowing someone to see you. And if you're on the other side, if you've found your light, look around. There are so many souls still searching in the dark. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to have a hand to offer and a heart willing to connect. Your journey could be the map that guides someone else home. Thank you so much for sharing this time with me. If this story resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And if you'd like to follow along on this journey, please consider subscribing. Take care.